All right, so just want to let you know how I'm handling my FOMO and kind of show you what I'm doing. I like being as transparent as possible, basically. When I say I'm going to do some of my videos, I like to just do it and let people know what I'm doing. And I think it's fun to watch other people's videos. I mean, I watch people's videos that are just, messing around with their investments. By the way, even traditional investing stuff, not just crypto stuff, they're talking about it. It's almost, when you're in this space, oftentimes you can kind of feel alone because most of us don't have a lot of family and friends that are in this space. And if they are, they've been through the bear market or they've witnessed the bear market and they think like all of crypto's dead or something stupid like that. So I think YouTube is just a good outlet for people who are just interested in the space and want to be able to find out what's going on. So I figured I'd make another video. And just so you know, I've moved how I'm handling my FOMO. I've moved, I got that 5,000 Tron loan from one of my viewers and subscribers, which that's going to be paid back tomorrow. Check it out. That's just crazy. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And understanding where this FOMO is coming from, I saw this website, and if you sort this by last 24 hours, 888 Tron. I will tell you that I don't know how often this resets. It's been saying 12.67% this morning, since this morning. If you saw my last video, I think it's closer to 15%. This is a day. I mean, that's just crazy. This is kind of in line with what I said the mining price was. I think they're a little bit higher than what I said today. But this mining price is going to be going up, which is part of what the FOMO is coming from, because it's going to go up tomorrow to 870. So just so you know, I actually have tried to get or looked into getting 2 different cryptocurrency loans. Not like, I got a good credit rating, so that's not an issue, but not like a traditional loan to fiat, because fiat, it's going to take me way too long to move fiat through Coinbase to here. So I just haven't even, I'm considering moving fiat, but that by 7 to 14 days, I don't know that the dividends are going to be as high as they are right now. And part of the reason that I want to get it in is because when dividends are 15%, it's only 7 days. And even if they go down, it's okay. If you just get a day or two at 15%, I mean, even if it goes down to, if it's above 3%, which I think is going to stay above 3% all this week, I'm just going to make that prediction now. It could be totally wrong. If I have to say this again, not investment advice. If this is your first investment in cryptocurrency, then get out of it. You should not be trying to invest here. Just go buy Bitcoin and go buy a good book, or go to YouTube and search Andreas Antonopoulos. Learn about Bitcoin. This is not by no way, shape, or form investment advice. You follow my advice, you may lose money, just like I've lost money. So, but I have looked at getting back to what I was saying. I do think dividends are going to stay high for the rest of this week, and probably next week, because we've got so far to mine. Now, this isn't without risk. This website could, I mean, they don't have to exit scam for there to be risk. People are afraid. They're a legitimate business. I don't suspect they're going to exit scam. I mean, anything could happen, but I don't suspect they're going to do that. However, anything could happen to this business, and mainly, sorry, I want to make sure that's not making noise. Mainly, anything could happen in this business, and it doesn't have to exit scam. For example, the website could go down. Earlier this morning, they were clearly having server overload issues. I mean, look, this can't keep up with, the counter cannot keep up with how fast. This should be moving steady. When there was less dividends, this was moving constantly, but it cannot keep up with it. Someone said it's like watching, when you watch these bets made, it's like watching gold bubble out of the ground or something. It is like, it will just get you all riled up when you realize that's dividends, profit, and you're a stakeholder because you're holding the token. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Check. Look how fast. If you have been on this website at all, this is unprecedented. Used to, you could read people's names that would pop up here every now and again. You can't read nothing. Look how fast this is going. This is insanity. Look at this. And you can see people gambling. You know this isn't all miners. You see, although a lot of them are miners, but you see gamblers when you see like a lot of streaks up here, like that says lines, because they're playing the slot machines. Right here, they're playing crypto slots. So there's gamblers on this website as well. And when you see, look over here, the big Tron transactions. When you see the big transactions, those aren't miners. If they are, then you're making profit from them, because there's like 1,000, 10,000, 2,000 Tron transactions. those are either gamblers or they're miners who don't know what they're doing unless they've got like 10 million Tron or a million Tron because they're mining with too big of a transaction. So even that means that they're not going to get a good price, and that's going to be better for your dividends. So there's some good. Oh, here's the bets. Okay, so there's a lot of bets, and most of them aren't at 50 or even 100. There's a lot of triple digit and 4-digit bets up here, even some 5-digit bets if you pay attention. So that was a $20,000 bet that just went by. So if you know that, in fact, these are high rollers. These people are not all mining. And all you gotta do is look. They're not all 2s and 3s. A lot of these are. When I'm pointing at it. But I can tell you right now, if they're mining that much, they're not mining efficiently. Keep in mind, if you have 1,000 bets or less, make sure you're mining. So if you got 50,000 Tron, you want to be mining with, I wouldn't even say 100,000 Tron. You want to be putting in $50 bets because it takes a lot of bets to get your best price on your tokens. But let other people do what they're going to do, and you just make profits from their mistakes. So, yeah. So I've looked at two different loan sources, but I'm not going to do that. So I've got about 7,000 here. I got some master nodes up for sale. I'm totally selling my master nodes. I've sold all of my I've already sold my P3D, and I've got 2 or 3 or 4 Ethereum and other platforms that I'm waiting to move. It's a timing issue. My master nodes I'm waiting to sell. The issue I have with my master nodes is I don't want them to totally. I could sell them now. They're roughly $500-ish in master nodes, but if I just try to dump it now, it'd probably be less than $500 worth related to if you compare it to fiat value. And to be honest with you, I would dump the price on everybody else, and that's just not my style. I literally don't want to just drop the price on everybody's head. So I've got about $50 worth sold right now. I may drop the price a little bit tonight because at some point it's costing me too much in dividends to hold on to it. I may give it till tonight. I was going to drop it this afternoon, but I thought, let's wait and see. Some of them got sold. Some of those coins got sold. So let's wait and see if more will get sold. I did lower my prices just a little bit. I just don't want to sell through the sell walls. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to drop the price to the floor on top of everybody else. It's just not my style. So now, this is tempting. I'm going to go ahead and withdraw. Let me just track this, 333. Because I want to make sure that I don't... I want to make sure P3T is still growing, and I want to make certain that I'm diversified. So I'm still going to be putting everything in Bankroll, at least from this contract. So all these contracts, P3T, Tron Village, Daily TRX, Tron Bubble, they're all I'm going to withdraw all of them to Bankroll. So there's P3T. By the way, this all of them are growing. If you look at the contracts, P3T is growing. The only one that's not is Black Pearl, which is unfortunate. This may start growing again because their website's picking up traffic. I was reading over here in the oh, look at that. They got their chat updated. That's cool. That's sweet looking. I mean, this is a solid community. I'm going to keep an eye on the Black Pearl community, even if I end up, pulling out all this. And they may relaunch another Daily TRX. That's what another website that just relaunched another one. So I'll be ready for that when they do that. We'll go ahead and withdraw here. And I like this one because it pays out 4%, so it pays out pretty good. I think much over 4%, it just doesn't have much of a lifespan. So we'll see. Tron Village, wait, how much was that? I don't even know how much I just withdrew there. I wish I could rewind my own video and look at it. I think it was 460. Maybe 470. It won't quite that much, but we'll call it 470. Tron Village. Tron Village already at 56 million. I think yesterday, if I looked right, it was only at about 50 million yesterday. So Tron Village is growing like crazy. Available to withdraw. Withdraw. There we go. Buy one of these right now. So this works the exact same way. It's just all your earnings, 50% of it goes here, which you can't withdraw the treasury. 50% goes here. You can only withdraw this one. You can use both treasury and the spare to buy buildings. I just use the treasury. Tron double. I really like this one. I hope it continues to go well. It's growing like crazy. Since this morning it's grown 4.6 million in the contract. 320 here. I don't even know what I did on Tron Village. I moved that out so fast. I think it was 126. So we'll get that out. And then I'll pull up my calculator. There we go. And do some quick math. I think 126, I'll just say 130. 1253. So I'm gonna come over to Bankroll. I already rolled over what I had in here earlier. I'm not gonna do it again. But we'll say 1253. We'll say 1258 because it's just gonna pull that. So we'll say 1258. Fund. And the only reason, I love that it shows a transaction. That's so good because it lets you check it on Tron Scan. I mean, it's just proven to you that it's a smart contract, which is awesome. So that's already credited there. That is so awesome. So good. All right. So I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to take it probably to at least 25,000 Tron. And I'm just going to keep putting my P3Ts, Tron Village, Daily TRX, and Tron Double in here. And I'll put those links down below, including the Bankroll link. It'll be down below as well in the description. And the only reason I'm not using that for 888 is for diversification. That's the single biggest reason, just to diversify, especially because it looks like Black Pearl might be shrinking. So I want to diversify as much as I can. So I'm going to be putting that into Bankroll. All right. Thank you for watching. I'm about to get off here and start mining. Somebody else keeps asking, how do you mine? So the way you mine is the easiest way to mine is just to lower down to the highest win rate, 96.15%. Put it at 50, turn to auto, click draw over 2 of the clubs. Let it run, and it will do its own thing. In fact, I'll demonstrate that here. Click until next login, click accept, and it will just start. It's running right now. So to start doing its own thing. I feel like the only risk that we have here is that some reason the website goes down because it can't handle server load. I mean, this morning, literally, you couldn't see any of this. They took all this off. And I think that was just because of server load. So many people are here. And it's just mining away. Your wallet, if it drains your balance, the bigger your balance is, the less this is an issue. But if it drains your balance, just stop it, give it some time, and it'll catch back up. It will use your balance faster than TronScan basically can keep up with it. Then the network can keep up with it. That's the biggest thing. So you'll see this. Sometimes you just have to pause, give it a few minutes, give it 5 or 10 minutes, and everything will catch up. And this is all you got to do. And I'm going to leave this running in the background. And I'm going to go check my master nodes, because as soon as I can get that, I'm going to get it over here as well. Here's the way that I look at this. At some point, and this is important, at some point in the future, dividends are going to drop. And that's fine. My goal is to get as many tokens as I can before they drop. I expect fully that dividends are going to go down. And I expect fully that dividends are going to be somewhere around 0.1, 0.2, 0.3% a day, long term. As long as this business stays competitive in the Tron market space. Right now it's number 2, number 1 being TronBet. So as long as it stays competitive in the market space, they already got crypto slots. They're the first one to have a slot game. They're coming out with these other games, and they're not looking to come out with multiplayer games right now, which is a development nightmare probably for a developer. So I think they are more likely to hit their roadmap, I think, than TronBet is, because TronBet's roadmap is far more ambitious. But there's no reason they probably couldn't hit it. They've got the capital, they've got the money, it's a profitable business. And so I want to have as many tokens as I can when the divs do drop to 0.2, 0.3% a day, 0.5% a day. Because at the end of the day, every token I buy from reinvestment is just compounding. And later on, the hope is to be able to have a steady several hundred, if not several thousand Tron a day, just coming from business operations and dividends. I have no plans to sell my tokens, just like I have which you can't sell them right now, but they're going to get listed on the exchange soon because they're almost at 3 million. So just like my anti-tokens, I have no plans to sell my anti-tokens, none. I'm going to be buying more anti tokens, by the way, from here. Once I repay this loan tomorrow, probably not going to buy anti tokens tomorrow. I'm going to go back to mining because divs are just so high. But I'm going to get back to buying, especially when I get Bankroll back to 25,000 Tron. I'm going to go back to buying anti tokens, and I've got 2 anti orders on right now, and the price of anti is going back up. And so, I mean, here's the thing: these are sustainable businesses. The gaming industry is like multi-billion-dollar industry, and when you talk about coming online, now if one of these websites ever create a online mobile casino that uses Tron, we're talking about just next level. And someone says, oh, but you only make money from the losers. I mean, yeah, and if you own a grocery store, you only make money off the people who are eating. I mean, what's the point? I mean, it's entertainment for people. Unless they have a gambling problem, and most gamblers are not problem gamblers. I mean, I'm a gambler. I like to gamble. I play poker. I go to casinos several times a year. I've never put myself in financial turmoil. I put myself in more financial turmoil over a bad investment decision in real estate than I've ever put in. Heck, in the cryptocurrency space, when the bear market hit, I mean, that was more financial difficulty than anything that's ever happened in the gaming industry. So, I mean, it's kind of like, people drink alcohol, so, you shouldn't make money if you own a bar. Or, I mean, I don't know, people get fat, so you shouldn't own a restaurant. I mean, to each his own. If it's your personal conviction, then obviously, I get it. But I have no concerns personally with being in the gaming space. Years ago, I tried to make 2 small investments in the gaming space, and I wasn't successful at doing it then. So here, I'm like, wow, this is a way. Gaming is going to crypto, no question about it. So this is a way to potentially get on the ground floor of what may be a revolutionary industry. And if you're like, why is this guy FOMOing so hard? Maybe that helps you understand where I'm coming from. Not only are the dividends good, the returns good. Long term, I'm only looking, yeah, right, today we're getting 15% probably. But long term, I'm only looking to get less than 1%. But where else can you earn off of? There's not a traditional business that exists on our planet today that the average person can get into that is going to be able to pay a cash flow several times a week of 0.2% of revenues. That there's not one. This is extraordinary. Of course, it's high risk. Of course, the website could go down. Of course, it could get mismanaged, meaning they might not be able to have the infrastructure in place. They might not have the development team to keep developments running. It just depends on how the business is run long term. We don't know who the business team is behind it. That's totally okay. That doesn't bother me. It's cryptocurrency. It's a interesting regulatory space, so that doesn't bother me. Do they deliver on products? Do they provide value to the community? And do they continue to be able to operate the business in a way that works? As long as that's the case, then I'm okay with it. It's either going to be Tron 888 Tron or Tron Bet. Either one of them is going to be the market leader. Well, Tron Bet's the current market leader. 888 Tron is the second market leader right now. They may have that position. They may both stay 1 and 2 for a long time, or they may, they may not. There may be another competitor come on the scene. But I promise you, I'm going to be paying attention to that competitor as well. This is the stuff that gets me excited about crypto. Ethereum could never do this. It costs too much to transact in Ethereum, and it takes too long to transact in Ethereum. And I still want to get a video out. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but I still want to get a video out talking about how to get your Tron tokens the cheapest, because it's not just about mining. You also want to freeze for energy, freeze tokens for energy, because it costs about 0.004 Tron, which is micro pennies per transaction on the website. This is taking a minute, probably because I don't know if it's my computer or the website, but it takes let me just stop this for now. It takes 0.004 Tron, and someone showed me that on TronScan, if you don't have energy. But on this website, it takes a lot of frozen Tron not to burn through all your energy pretty quickly. So basically, instead of winning 0.18, you end up winning 0.07 or whatever. I can't do the math, but you don't win. When you have a winning hand, you win a lot less, basically, is how it works. And that's okay. And if the details don't get too caught up in the details. Most people don't even understand that. Most people who are mining this don't even understand how energy costs. They don't even know they're paying it. All they know is they're mining tokens and they're getting dividends. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for following me on this journey. You don't have to be in this space. You don't have to participate in this space, and you shouldn't participate in this space if you don't feel comfortable at all. And hopefully you enjoy this type of content, and you have any questions at all for me, then please put them down below. If you think I'm crazy or I'm losing my mind, you can put that down in the comments as well. I am excited about this business. This is a cryptocurrency business. This and TronBet are two cryptocurrency businesses that are operating the way that I think cryptocurrency businesses should be operating. I could keep going. Stay tuned for more. Hit that subscribe button.